Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, this is Ripened Tingle's balloon trip of love. Voice crack for the win apparently, and it's post-game time. According to my calculations there should be approximately 6 episodes of this, but we'll see where we end up, and I feel like maybe this title screen hits a little bit different, having, experienced the whole story now, but one fun little change is, if you haven't beaten the game yet, then the save icons are Tingle's face, and if you have, then File 1 gets Kakashi, File 2 gets Buriki, and File 3 gets Lion's face. As a mark of it being post-game, I guess. So, I have places to be, so let's just dive on in, shall we? Well, I say that. This option has now appeared now that we've beaten the game once. We can read the book, and, it doesn't really do anything. It just allows you to flip through the illustrations as we've seen them and give us a little reminder of which pages we have all the secrets on and which ones we don't. And it'll also allow us to swap back to the before illustration as well as the after. It's a prize for beating the game, I guess. Also, it does have this. Just a completely original sound effect and graphic for the yes and no things, which is non-standard, I guess. Anyway, I shall just meet you on page 2. We have business there. Foreshadowing with the ladybugs. Now, I hear you. Why page 2? All will become clear in due time, but we won't be spending much time here, just a little bit. There's a couple of things I want to show. First of all, something that I noticed when I was preparing for this video. We'll just take a moment and take in the ambience here for a second. Why does the house moan? Why does it do that? Why? Well, anyway, there's something that I kind of forgot to show when we were here previously, but you may remember the herb puzzle from way back when. Obviously, these are items that can clog up your inventory, and, well, you lose them as soon as you leave this page anyway, so it's whatever. But they do have, like, a secondary purpose outside of being the answer to a puzzle, and that is you could feed them to the nose goats, and they, respond in a completely ordinary fashion. Horrifying. And we get 1 ruby for our troubles. But that's not the main reason why I'm here. I mean, it's nice to know that is something we can do if we're that desperate. But at the end of the ending, we acquired the lost item. Turns out, Blue Ladybug is looking for this. You're not supposed to know what to do with it unless you look at the item and then the game just tells you. So here we is-a-ty are. Blue Ladlebirdle, what's your business?
To find our youngest brother. Your face tells me all I need to know.
Well, yes, we did. Now, what have we here?
Hey, can't just touch that.
Watch me. But no, you're blue. Have a thing. Merry birthday.
Hey, where'd you find that? Oh well, thank you. Yeah, it's finally fixed.
And we get no further context. Even just talking to him, we get nothing, so we'll just have to poke around ourselves. Tingle, what are you doing on the top screen? I mean, I get that that's just recycled animation from the dance battles with, Lord Bippenbop or whatever his face was. Whatever his face was. Baron Nimmy. It's a sound test, is what I'm getting at here. I can always appreciate a good game with a good sound test. And, we can't access everything in it at the moment, but we can... Persistent person. We certainly are. I'm not really sure what to take away from this, but it's a nice feature to have. Pop and Quimby. I think that's quite enough of that. I'll just see you at the main meat of this episode. Yes, indeed, we're finally returning to page 6 for a side thing that I have been putting off, kind of on purpose, but kind of also not. I want to fill out the fishing thing. So we're fishing. That's what this episode is. It's not as boring as it sounds. I was basically just putting it off because there never really felt like a good opportunity to, like, put everything on hold to come and do this. So I'm doing it now. There's a total of 8 different fish to catch in the village, and the soulless shoe counts as one of them. Unfortunately, we already have 4 of them, so I don't know how long we'll be here, but I know that the 4 that we're missing, I did try, I tested it out. Of the 4 that we need, I can guarantee that 1 each of them is catchable in each of the north, south, east, and west ponds. I don't know anything more specific than that, but is this one of the ones we're missing? It is, it's a little buddy. Good. That is the one that I had marked down as the thing to look for in, well, no, bad actually. That's what I had marked down to look for in the west pond, and this is the north one, or pond, river, whatever. I don't actually know for certain if there's, like, some, like, I think this one is the only place where you can get the energy eel, but other than that, you might be able to get all 7 of the other types of fish, regardless of where in the village you do the fishing. But I know for certain, at the very least, that the ones I'm looking for can be found in it makes sense to me, is what I'm getting at. So, I'll just find some way of speeding this up and making it interesting, probably. Hi! Is this one of the ones that we need? It is, it's a sweet fish. With terrible, awful. I dislike this. I don't know if wind speed or location has any bearing on anything other than the energy eel, which, as you'll recall, you needed to get from the easternmost body of water when there's no wind. I have no idea if those factors, location, wind speed, anything, have any bearing whatsoever on getting the other types of fish. I took some cursory notes just because I wanted to make things flow as interestingly as possible, and I'm having mixed results so far, but hey, there's 2 more that we're looking for, and they should be available before I run out of bait. Please, game? Well, that was just insulting. Oh hey, I came back over here because I thought maybe I'd have better luck, and sure enough, we got a long-legged shrimp. Surely a long-legged shrimp? Well, whatever. That just leaves... Okay, so there's 1 more fish to catch. It's not special anyway. I just, on my practice run, definitely caught it down here. And one thing I noticed as well I kind of want to draw attention to is, like, so, before we arrived, this village didn't really take too kindly to Tingle because it's predominantly populated by women, and the sign here is scissors? Like, is there some sort of, like, you know what, I'm too cis male to have any horse in this race whatsoever, so never mind, let's just carry on fishing, and may the gods strike me down for daring to make such a bawdy joke in a situation such as this. I am slightly concerned I'm going to run out of worm. Ah, are you the new one? Are you a new friend? I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it like chuspe or chutzpah or like... I don't know. But we now have every fish you can catch in the village, hooray! And at least the game does you the courtesy of not charging you worm unless a fish happens. Like, if... A good role, lovely. Always moved by the plight of others, and the long legs are a secondary feature. Horrifying. And a young fish, and don't look at a boot, I just put a boot in a shoe. Hooray. And also we have the big buddy, which we have just had for a while. Now, let's see if I can remember how to turn them in. So yes, if you pull, like, if no fish bite, and Tingle pulls the rod back in, it doesn't cost you any bait. I don't remember which out of red and yellow is the good one and which one is the bad one. Well, I say bad, like, which one is the most effective and the least effective. I know blue is the middle and that's the best. Oh, thingy carp, wow. funk. Okay. It felt a little bit like pulling teeth, but we did it. We caught every fish in the village. Are you proud of me, Mr. Toothman? Well done, Green Man. You got all the stamps. And I got everything for my dinner, including the boots. Good job. This is your prize. Village Fishing Champ. Perhaps one of the most elusive stickers in the game, because it's a bit of a faff to do. Hooray. Not least because if you run out of bait, you can only get more on page 7. And you can't redeem the stamp card unless you're on page 6. So if you do run out of bait, you kind of have to do a bit of back and forth and it's a massive faff. You got all 8 stamps so far. What do you mean? But did you know there are 10 more? Not bad, huh? Go get 'em. Kill me. Okay. Luckily, we have a couple of them already. In the form of the Nushi, which is specifically a Nushi, wow! Well, at least they carry over onto our new stamp card. So, you know, it feels like we're not starting with a completely blank slate, we have one big grand collection. But yes, I went back to page 4 specifically to catch it. Little did I know there's another page on fish 4. I heard myself saying it and just leaned into it. A quit it, squid! Wow, an excuse to say tits in a video, ha! So yes, there are 3 more locations where you can find fish. There's page 3, which we haven't successfully caught anything new on just yet. There's page 4, which has the Nushi and another fish. And page 10 that has 3, one of which being the quid squid. And now I can finally offload my fish. Looks like you went fishing! Sell me your catch! Please take them off my hands. Have fun fishing! Well, that's a load off my inventory, and there's a load more I still have yet to offload, but we'll get to that in due time. So, I am going to go to page 7 and grind up some more bait, and I guess I will see you on, well, page 3 to do it in chronological order? Sure, I'll see you there. Let's carry on fishing. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's just a little bit luck of the draw. I have no explanation whatsoever for that weird moan just now, but hey, as promised, here we are on page 3. In between cuts, as you might be able to infer from my rupee count, I went and visited Lovia in the village just to stock back up on the things what I have spent on Friend Make. And, while there are 5 things for us to catch here, and there is some overlap between things you can catch here and things you can catch in the village, so not everything is going to be an absolute banger, unfortunately. I did several rounds of worm gathering. At least there's only one place here where you can fish, so you're not having to cycle between... Well, I mean, I was technically not under any obligation to cycle between fishing spots in the village either, but it just felt like a nice change of scenery. Anyway, how long are we gonna be here? Please, game, be kind. Well, that looks different. It's yellow. It's a dumb snapper. A little bit rude. Another dumb snapper, but it's smaller this time. Something blue and mysterious looking. What have we here? It's a dullet. It kind of looks like the Salona from Rosie Rupee Land, but like on a fish's body. Maybe? Is that just me? Anyway. Squeeze me sauce? What do you mean I lost the bait? Game, you don't do... That's not a thing that can happen. Why did it just happen? No. Ho ho, it's a shape. It's an old tire. I forget, did I catch one of these before and accidentally sell it without getting the stamp for it because I couldn't get the... Okay, to clarify, you cannot get stamps for, let's call them international fish, until you've completed the village fishing stamp card. So even if you catch this stuff ahead of time, don't show it to the guy. And I want to say if you sell your fish to the fishing guy and it's not on your stamp card, he'll stamp it for you, like, live and in the moment. But I don't want to take that risk when it's this much of a faff just to catch the damn things in the first place. Be kind, game. Okay, that's different. It's a broken pole! Specifically a broken fishing rod. Still counts. Okay, we're looking for one more thing here and then we can move on with our lives. Place bets now. Is it going to be within the next 5 attempts? I won't show all of them, so you'll never know. Unless it is this next one, in which case you'll find out immediately. It was not! Are you different? You might be different. You are different! You're the unseen trout! And with that, we have all 5 of the things we can get on page 3. Hooray! This isn't as tedious as I make it sound. I've only been recording on page 3 for 5 minutes. So, you know, it's not that bad. So, okay. A mysterious fish no one has ever been able to catch, and yet here we are. A discarded broken fishing pole. Someone threw this bruceless yoken tire into the water. I fished away my ability to read. Oh, that's sad. Indiscriminately stabbing fish doesn't taste very well. Surely it doesn't taste good. Well, it's not the first time this game has described something as tasting not very well. I literally just grabbed the fishing rod as if that was going to balloon me out of here. I shall see you on page 4. I thought I was being clever and proactive by getting the Nushi when I did. Little did I know it had a friend that we needed to find. And its existence has been alluded to. Let's see how long it takes for it to show up. Now, much like with page 3, and indeed page 10, there is only one location where you can actually do fishing per page, so there's not much wandering to do, and if you know where to go, you can go right there. But how long will we spend here now that we're here? There's only one fish. This shouldn't take forever. Please, game. Please. To reiterate, it isn't as tedious as I'm hamming it up as being. It doesn't take that long. It just, as I said, if you run out of bait, it's a faff to restock. But in the grand scheme of things, it's just frustrating, I guess, because of that luck of the draw element, where I don't think wind could even be a factor at this point, because there's nothing indicating the wind speed, and there's only one location per page. So it eliminates all variables other than which bait you're using, and I can never remember, as I said, does it go from, like, red, blue, yellow? Is it top to bottom, best to worst in terms of effectiveness, or bottom to top, best to worst in terms of effectiveness? I don't know. I will have been told when fishing was first introduced as a mechanic. First introduced as a mechanic. I can speak. And, I just didn't retain it. How much longer are you going to make me wait, game? Apparently not very. Hi! This is the jet bass, as was, referenced in the fishing magazine on page 13. It kinda looks like it's constantly farting, not gonna lie. Now how much you wanna bet the description leans into that? Lovely and beautiful! See you at the port on page 10! Oh, this game does things to me! Alright, Tess, calm down. You're an adult. Act like one. Hi. It's your boy coming at you live from Seagull Park. How's business going on here, Decusept et al.? I predict in your future you will lay several more children.
Ocean is great. I'm glad I don't have to stand in that gloomy forest.
As we have established. Anyway, I'm not here for you. I'm here for the bounty of the sea. I'm sure for some players, this whole, like, stop the world, just go fishing, like, it might be a very relaxing thing. It's only as tedious as you make it. It's just that I was personally raised to take a very dim view of fishing as a recreational activity, so it's kind of awkward for me, but, you know, for some people it's as normal as breathing, so, I'll not yuck your yum. But I will yuck the fact that it is a random chance as to whether or not you even catch anything at all, never mind what it is when you're trying to catch some very specific things! Old tire! Repeats are possible in various locations. Very good sentence, you get what I mean. Who you? Giant quitted squid. the one thing here, apart from things that can be repeated elsewhere, the one thing that's unique to here that I didn't need! Oh, hello, you're different. It's Skarmory, but a fish, but with the face of Spamton G. Spamton. No, it's a Mecha Marlin. Hooray. And I suppose it does bear mentioning, as you will have seen passively demonstrated, the size of the fish is purely cosmetic. It doesn't affect how much you get paid for it when you turn it over to the fishing man. It has no bearing on anything. It's just visual flavour. Broken pole! Tiny little old tyre. A small oo-woo bean of a tyre. It's blue, it's different, it's something. It's a Fugu custom. Cool, that's a very troubling... It kind of looks like it's got the face of Taranga Leela from Futurama. By the way, I forget if I mentioned, but I stopped in at Love yet again on the way here. So if my rupee count is off and it's bothering you, that's why. Is it really a fish? We just don't know. Huh. Now, it kind of... At some point, I want to show what happens when you use the balloon from somewhere where Tingle isn't on screen. And I don't really have any readily available to hand, so, I'll keep that in my back pocket for the time being. But for now, back to page 6. Honestly, I mean, for me, as I record this in the present day, like, I've only been recording for about half an hour, so after cuts, this should be a reasonable length episode. The tricky part is making it entertaining. And I want to reiterate, the fishing isn't that bad. It's just a matter of personal taste, and I'm hoping I made it something resembling entertaining. It's just, it would have been awkward to slot this in anywhere else in this. Like, sure, maybe I could have stopped and done a bit of fishing, like, on my first visit to each page and, like, passively done this over time, but the fact that it's gated behind getting every fish in the village first before you can turn in the stamps for these, kind of, I don't know, that gates it a little bit. A Fugu custom world. Oh, to live in the serenity of the world of someone so easily entertained by fish in this specific, very specific way. And that's every fish! Now we just need to turn in the 2 pieces of trash and then we can all go home! I'll tire well. Also, I cannot unsee the letter C in the wood on the back of his stamp. And finally, salvation in the form of a broken pole! Wow! It's not tedious, I promise. The fact that I keep saying this means I protest too much, and that doesn't help my case, but we did it! Well done, Green Man! You got all the stamps! Ta-da! This is your prize! The most coveted, troubling-looking sticker I have ever seen. That's just Wind Waker, but with Tingle's face on the Triumph Forks fish? Okay. But yes, the main reason we're doing this is to get Cart Girl. I want to say we've got all the cartridges now, but I don't want to swear to it because I've only got this episode's page of notes open at the moment. Amazing! I have nothing further to say to you. Hello, Green Man, are you fishing? Fishing! Fishing! I've stamped all of the collections. You know what, just for the sake of closure, please tell me once and for all. 3 kinds of bait worms. Fishing... Okay, so fishing with red bait is hardest. So the red bait is the least effective, is what I'm taking away from that. It's the fact that it's worded like this, I think, is why I had trouble retaining it. Anyway, as with the rupees in this game, I feel like the fact that I've spent so long between cuts grinding up bait was all for nothing in the end, but I've already successfully filled in the stamp card, so give me my money. I am the store. So, yeah, I went fishing. Please just take my fish and let me go home. Have fun fishing! I will try to, sir. But for now, I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, and in the next episode, well, we have a couple of things still left on our plate. I think our next goal will be to do some World Thereafter stuff on page 13, because I just kind of didn't do that when we cleared page 13, and it didn't feel right in the flow of the story. But we're in the postgame now, there are no rules anymore, so see you next time for The world thereafter, with our friends freshly dead.